Hello students, we will discuss the topic Faraday's method. There are the two types of the method that are used to measure the magnetic susceptibility of an unknown substance. The first one is the Gauss method, which we have already studied, and the second one is the Faraday's method. So first we discuss what are the advantages of the Faraday's method over the Gauss method. The first advantage of the Faraday's method is that with the help of this method we can directly measure the specific susceptibility. Whereas in the Gauss method, first we measure the volume susceptibility of an unknown substance, further it is converted into the specific susceptibility. So this conversion always give an error because the density of an sample depends upon the packing of the sample in the Gauss tube. So that's why the conversion always give rise to an error. In Faraday's method, the quantity of the substance that is used is very small, approximately 0.1 mg to 10 mg. Whereas in the Gauss method, the quantity that is used is high as compared to the Faraday's method, approximately 1 gram. So next we will discuss what is the Faraday's method. In Faraday's method, the sample of the mass m is suspended between the magnetic poles having non-uniform magnetic field, that is H0, of constant field gradient that is acting in x direction, and that is curly h upon curly x. When the magnetic field is on, the force that is exerted by the sample, that is small f, is equal to mx I h naught curly h upon curly x. M is the mass of the unknown substance, xi is the magnetic susceptibility of the unknown substance, h naught is the applied magnetic field, curly h upon curly x is the field gradient. So we can write this in this way: f upon mx I is equal to h naught curly h upon curly x. H naught curly h upon curly x is constant over the entire volume of the sample. So we calibrate the sample with the standard substance, that is the mercury tetrathiocyanate cobaltate, oxidation state as 2. So the same magnetic field and the field gradient are applied on the standard substance, that is S, and the unknown substance, that is U. So for the standard substance or for the unknown substance, we can write in this way. So from the first and the second equation, in the right side, the h naught curly h upon curly x is constant in these two equations. So left side terms become equal. So from xi u, we can easily calculate the magnetic susceptibility of an unknown substance by putting the values of Fu. Fu is the force that is exerted by the unknown sample, and its value can be calculated by the difference between the weights when the sample is placed in the field or the out of the magnetic field, and it can be calculated through the electrobalance. And ms is the mass of the standard substance, and xi s is the magnetic susceptibility of the standard substance, whose magnetic susceptibility is known, 16.44 into 10 raised to the power minus 6 at the 293 Kelvin. And Fs is the force that is exerted by the standard substance, and mu is the mass of the unknown substance, that is also known. So by putting the values, we can easily calculate the value of the magnetic susceptibility of an unknown substance. So This was the topic of the Faraday's method. Thank you, students.